Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Alex, the Comic Order. Thank you so much for clicking play on this video. I got a doozy for you. I went to a comic book shop, bought a load of books, and literally the owner priced every single book at the counter using eBay prices. So we all have our strong opinions about that. I'm going to tell you exactly what I paid for each book, and you'll not believe it. I want to thank the sponsor of this video. It's Hip Comic. They're a great place to buy and sell comic books. They have weekly auctions, monthly signature auctions with high-end stuff. It's just a great place. There's a link in the description below. Definitely check it out and start shopping today. You guys, I hope you're ready for this video and the stories about this shop that priced everything via eBay. Here we go. Just this past week, I was down in southern Illinois in the stomping grounds of Count Von Strange IV, and I went to a comic book shop that he introduced me to that we had both went to together and dug for comic books. We found some really great comic books in the past there at this shop, and I knew this place did not have any prices on their comic books. They don't even price their comic books. They just have you bring up what you want, and it doesn't matter if you bring up 100 books. They're going to price them at the counter using eBay sold prices. So really, honestly, you're not going to pull a fast one on them. You're not going to pull a stealth buy on this comic book shop. But I will tell you, I was digging around and they had keys in their back issue bin. It was a great sign because I knew this shop has not been cherry picked for all the key issues. There were still key issues in the back issue bins, which was great. But it also made me a little worried because I was like, oh no, am I going to have to pay like full-blown retail plus or like full-blown eBay asking prices or whatever? So I made my way up to the counter on day one. I'll tell you, on day one. Made my way up to the counter with 4 books. First of all, had a great conversation before we ever looked at any books on eBay to price these things at all. We had a great conversation about music. He's a bass player. He's a very friendly guy and just very knowledgeable about music, very knowledgeable about comic books, just an all-around great guy. I was still nervous about how he was going to price his books though, but excellent conversation. You want to know anything about classic rock, he's your guy. And I believe it's Mr. Fox at Fox Sports Cards, and there's the comic book shop down in the alley. Went up to the counter with 4 books. First one that we priced was Superman number 233. This is a lower grade book. It's probably 2.0 to 2.5 condition. And it's got some spine damage on this side. It's got multiple creases up and down. Looks like any other typical 2.5 that I've ever seen. I was like, uh-oh, you know, this book is probably pretty hot recently. I've always loved this book, and anytime I have a chance to pick up this great Neil Adams cover, I love it. I love Superman, and I love Neil Adams. Breaking of the Chains right here. So I brought it up there. He looked on eBay, and I was really worried because he said, whoop, Neil Adams cover. He knew immediately right away, Neil Adams cover. Looked it up, and he said, how's $15 sound to you? And I said, perfect. Absolutely perfect. Next book up, Wonder Woman, number 205. It's in much better condition. Now, the centering is not perfect. It's got a lot of spine there, and it's got some cutoffs on the 2 DC circles of this Bronze Age. But it is this really classic bondage cover of Wonder Woman. Wonder Woman number 205. This book does command quite a bit of attention, and he sold it to me for 20 bucks. And I said, 20 bucks? Heck yeah. I think I already got a copy of this, and I like it so much, I wanted a second copy. And then I brought up this book, which is a key book. He said that's the first appearance of the second Hawk Girl. I was like, yes it is. Uh-oh, what's the price going to be? 10 bucks. Perfectly fine. It's in a very nice high-grade condition, near mint condition. 10 bucks. I was like, yep, sounds great. And then I was really nervous about this book, and I'm actually going to tear this one open and show you guys why. This is Amazing-Spiderman number 42. I've had huge Amazing-Spiderman collections. I've never had this book, but I've always wanted it. I've always had 40, 41, skip 42. I'd never owned this book. Had a couple copies of 43. But the reason why I want this book, it is the first true cameo. Well, I'm just going to say it's the first like real time you get to see Mary Jane Watson, next door neighbor to Peter Parker. And it's the classic panel. I'm going to show you guys right away. because it's just notable. It's so iconic. It's so great. And if you've never seen it, you're going to want this book after I show it to you. Counted all the pages, all set. So, next door neighbor says, Peter Parker, I'd like you to meet my niece. You mean that's Mary Jane? And then in this panel right here, this is the famous panel. Face a tiger, you just hit the jackpot. It's incredible. And I've always wanted this book. I've always had a huge respect for this book. And honestly, it's probably in like 4.0 grade. And he sold it to me for $40. I've wanted this book for a long time. I love 43 as the first full appearance, but I've wanted this one for a long time. $40. I was like, heck yes, let's do this all day. Really happy to have this nice 4.0 condition copy of the Face a Tiger. You just hit the jackpot. So that's what I left with that day. And I had some time the next day. I had a couple offices and appointments to go to. I was like, well, I've got time before I start heading back north. I'm going to hit that shop up again. And I'm going to go through their Marvel bin. And I'm going to have him price some books out for me again. Because I knew there was one in here that I saw the night before that I wanted to go back and get. So I had him price these out. These aren't... I'm going to have to kind of guesstimate on what the prices were on these ones. So this is Tales of Suspense number 76, and this is the first appearance of Batroc or whatever his name is. It's the one that GSP played in the Captain America movies. And I want to say maybe this one was, let's just say it was $15. It's like, oh, heck yes. This is the one that I went back for. This is Tales of Suspense number 77. This is the first appearance of Peggy Carter. And he knew this was a big key. He knew this was a hot key. I've owned this book before. I've owned multiple copies of this book, and I've gotten rid of them. And I wanted another copy. This is like a 1.5 to 1.8. And he sold it to me for $25. And I was like, yes, I want the book. It's going to be really hard for me to find another copy of it. So yes, I'd like this book. It's just got that chunk missing there. Some looks like a little bit of staining at the top, some pre-Marvel chipping, yeah, and just that little bad boy right there. $25. All right, next up is Tales of Suspense number 78. Really great. I won a round on Comic Gories with this book. It was like a tag team or duo or something like that. And I looked on my back wall and it was there right behind me. Captain America going one way, Nick Fury going the other way. It was just a really cool book. And so I can't remember the rest of these books because those were kind of like the more expensive ones. It was anywhere from $2. There was a $2 book, two $3 books, a $10, $12. Nothing was over $25, and the cheapest book that I paid was $2. So we're just going to guess that this one was $3 maybe. This one, Tales of Suspense number 83. Super Adaptoid on the cover here. Number 84. This one has a cool subscription crease there down the middle. This one looks a little nicer, so this one was probably like $10 to $12. Tales of Suspense 89. Really, really nice copy. I was just like, these are so cool. These old Tales of Suspense, these are great. Heck yeah, I want these. And for the prices, he's checking eBay prices, so I'll tell you a little bit more about the story. Tales of Suspense 93. So he'd look at all the sold prices. He would try to find one that was comparable in grade. And if he couldn't find one, he would just downgrade. Or if he found one that was comparable, he'd still ask less. So if it was $8, he'd be like, $3. It's like, man, that's great. I was like, heck yes. This one was really nice condition. Fantastic Four. 82, love this. Fantastic Four and Inhumans all throughout the cover. Great, great Jack Kirby cover. I think this one may have been like the $15, $12 to $15, something like that. But love this classic Jack Kirby. And then the last one that I got from there, I think this one was probably like $2 to $3. But it's Tales to Astonish, 92. Really, really cool looking book. So very, very happy to have those. And Fox Comics or Fox Sports Cards in Marion, Illinois, definitely worth the stop. If you want to dig in their back issues, they've got a humongous set of back issues, probably like 70,000 comics in one room. And then they've got a whole nother back room that you kind of have to bring your list in. And when they get time, they'll dig back there for those back issues. But there's plenty of good stuff, as you saw there. Got all that stuff for like $190, so just under $200, but I think it's well worth it. Some great stuff. Then on the way home, I went to an antique mall. I needed to stop for gas. I was kind of hungry, and so I needed lunch, and I saw that there was an antique mall as an attraction on the exit. So I was like, yes, I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna check out that antique shop. So the first thing I did when I walked in the door, he said, hey, you looking for anything particular? I was like, yes, comic books. Where are some comic books? He said, right there. There was a huge bin, and it had Golden Age stuff. There was silver, there's bronze, silver, and gold in there. And I saw 2 books, and I'll just show them right away. The first one is True to Life Romances, number 20. L.B. Cole cover. The only thing really wrong with this one is that big old crease and that chunk missing right there. And then there's the L.B. Cole signature. Just a really cool L.B. Cole romance star comic. Awesome cover there. Good girl art. And this one, Love Stories, Secrets of Daring Romance. Looks like really cool. Another star comic. This one's a little bit more rough on the spine. Another L.B. Cole romance cover. So I got these 2. The price on these was like $160 total. $160 and he said I'll do 55 a piece, $110 for the set. I was like, 55 a piece for these golden L.B. Cole Golden Age. And I just did a quick eBay search, and like asking prices like $200, $300, $400. Obviously a little bit better condition than this, but $55, I just don't pass up L.B. Cole for $55, no matter what it is. Jungle, romance, mystery, sci-fi, whatever it is. I don't pass up L.B. Cole for horror for $55 at all. I'm going to show this one up closer again. You got the tank in the background. You've got this daring romance happening right there in front. So really cool books. I got those for $55 a piece. So I had a really great trip down to Southern Illinois. I can't wait to go down there again and dig some more. But that's it, you guys. I was really nervous about him checking all the prices on eBay, and it turned out he's very extremely fair. It's definitely worth checking him out. We had a lot of fun, had a lot of good conversations down there. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did like it, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscription if you're brand new here. Hit that bell to be notified when there's future videos, and comment down below. I want to give another huge shout out and thanks to Hip Comic for sponsoring this video. You guys, there's a link in the description below. I've got a buddy here in my hometown who's been going ham on their auctions. He's been winning auctions left and right on there, and one of them was a full short box of comics. Really great stuff. Check out Hip Comic in the link in the description below. And with that, you guys, I will talk to you all in the next one. See you. Bye.